Hey everybody, happy Monday. It's time to talk. I'm gonna go ahead and share this video out real quick though. So before I get going here, I'm gonna see if Facebook is gonna be good to me. Let's see if Facebook's gonna behave today. Are you, Facebook? Are you? Let's see. I'm gonna go and hold on a second. Hey everybody, hey there. Hey gorgeous ladies. I'm gonna just share this to my biz page real quick, just so I make sure that Facebook is behaving itself. All right, hold on. I don't know what, seriously, this computer today is just, is it Mercury retrograde? It's not, but it feels like it a little bit. What the heck? Okay, all right. So a lot of people have either commented in my group or messaged me or maybe commented on my post and like, what is naked yoga? Like, why do I need this? And what is this? What are you doing? And it's like, first of all, I live in New England. So if you're thinking that I'm going to a studio and doing naked yoga, you're out of your mind. We're way too uptight up here in New England for that. Although I did see rumors once that there was a studio in Boston or in the Boston area doing that. I think God bless. I'm not there. I am not there at this point. So hello there, everybody. I'm just going to put something in the comments real quick, all my info. So no, I am not doing this in a studio. I am certainly not doing this live. So I actually sat for a second and debated doing an Instagram story while I was doing it, but like taking a picture, but then of course, like blocking out like certain parts, obviously. And then I'm like, no one wants to see, no one wants to be seen. I made beet juice. Can you tell? I look like I'm guilty as fuck of something. That's my juicing. I look like no one wants to see your 48-year-old ass or anything else after 4 kids doing naked fucking yoga. So don't think I'm gonna come on here and be doing no demonstrations, okay? Unless Snapchat comes out with a really great filter for it, I'm not doing it. All right, so just so you know, absolutely not. Going to a studio, not my thing to do naked yoga. Maybe in my next evolution of consciousness, I might do it, but right now, not there yet. I'm fully willing to admit where I am in my own journey, and that just ain't it. So what do I do? What is this whole naked yoga phenomenon? That is literally legit me in my living room. And I live like this close from the beach. So anyone in New England who lives on the shore knows that beach houses are like this close on the New England shore. So I have to be really strategic. I have these curtains that you really can't see. I can see out, but they really can't see in. So I'm in my living room, you know, putting the temperature to a comfy temp because I like to sweat a little. So yeah, no one wants to see your 48-year-old ass sweating on a yoga mat. But naked, nobody wants that. But I do. I think it's healthy for me. Okay, so I'm gonna go with that. So it's just like, you know, sweating it up and then get the yoga mat out, put it out, you know, move the furniture in the living room, give yourself plenty of space, okay? Plenty of space to move it around. And then go to YouTube. We have a big screen, like a big flat screen TV on the wall. So I got my YouTube. If you don't have that, whatever TV you have, or take your phone or take your tablet and you set it up somewhere, like prop it up so you can see, and go to YouTube and choose your favorite yoga instructor that resonates with you, okay? There are so many out there. There are all the different kinds of yoga, gentle yoga, vinyasa, you know, any kind you want. Kundalini, there's also yoga for certain body parts like back pain yoga or migraine yoga or just stretching your lower body, whatever it is, right? There's yoga for everything. And I like to do variety of things, obviously, but for yoga, I tend to gravitate towards the channel Yoga with Adriene. And why? Because I like her energy as an instructor. I also like, and she has videos going back years. And I also like that she has yoga for all different kinds of things. So she's got 10-minute yoga, she's got an hour-long yoga, she's got yoga for depression, anxiety, for joy, for, you know, people who run, anything you want, for teachers, like, and she's got yoga for everything and every body part. So it's really cool. She doesn't have naked yoga. I'll have to message her and see what's your deal, Adrian. Can't you just do a naked yoga? But I don't think she'd do that for me. I doubt that. But anyways, so maybe she'd like to know that some people do naked yoga to her videos. I don't know. Maybe, you know, people are into that. So, but seriously though, like I will, and it's not always like butt ass naked. Sometimes just, you know, nothing up top. Sometimes just in the underwear and the sports bra, but like wearing very little or nothing. And why do I do this? And why? Yes, I do this in my living room. Okay. Why? Because I like to make sure, especially as an empath or an intuitive, okay, that tends to take in a lot, that I'm grounding myself as much as possible. And this is one way that I do this. And it's kind of fun. I find it fun. But if you tend to be, and for those of you out there who are watching, this can also be something that pushes you out of your comfort zone, okay? Because right, as y'all know, like my mission for 2020 and beyond is to light up as many light workers as I can. So women who are empath, highly sensitive, intuitive, and they've been holding back their gifts, or they've been living a life that doesn't feel right for them, okay? They built this life, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a job, maybe it's the whole deal. I did the whole deal once. I've been there, where you look around and just go, whoa, is this my life? Is this me? This doesn't feel right. I feel like my soul is like crying or screaming every day, and I feel like I'm gonna lose my shit if I don't do something, okay? Do something different. I wanna change. So, or you are a highly sensitive, intuitive woman who watches me or other people do either readings or do videos or do whatever, and you're like, oh, I would love to do Reiki healing. I would love to do EFT. I would love to do psychic mediumship readings. I would love to do card readings or read pendulums or do whatever. I just don't know where to start, or I just don't know if I can be as gifted as this person, as Jen, or as, you know, whoever, like the Long Island Medium, or blah, blah, whoever your favorite person is, right? And so I'm talking to those women, right now. And I have a lot of people ask me how, and I even polled my group in the Awakened Empath. If you're not in my group, the Awakened Empath, get your butt in there. We do all sorts of fun stuff. Not naked yoga yet, but we have talked about yoni eggs. That's a whole other thing. But I asked that group, do you feel like you can hear your intuition? Can you tell the difference between your intuition and your ego mind or your regular mind chatter? And the majority of people said no. They either said no outright, don't know how to do it, can't tell, or they said, sometimes I can tell, but other times I have no frickin' clue. I don't know if I can trust my intuition. I don't know how to use it in my life. And this was something that I learned the hard way. I say this the hard way because all of us are intuitive as kids, probably even as teenagers. But I feel like as we're into like preteen, teen, young adult, many of us lose our way for a little while. We get kind of interrupted with our abilities because we get hurt. We get traumatized by something. We have something happen that really leaves an impression on us. We have somebody criticize us. We get, we're in relationships for the first time, like first love, and it's like, oh God, like something huge happens and we just lose our faith in things, or our trust is shaken, our trust in the world. Maybe we have people who are telling us, you're nuts with this shit. Like who are you to think you can connect with the other side? Who are you to think you can talk to the angels? Or you grew up in a household where like, you're super religious, that's absolutely not acceptable. There's so many different scenarios, and we start to get jaded, and we start to get farther and farther away, and we listen to people on the outside, our schools, our pastors, our parents, our family, our friends. We start to listen to everybody else on the outside, or we seek the answers in books, because we're taught, traditional school, you go to school, you learn, you memorize shit. That's the only way you're gonna survive in the world, the only way you're gonna be successful. Now we're starting to see that's a big lie, but that's what we've been taught. You go to school, you go to college, you do this, and you take everything in from a book. That's how you learn. Otherwise, you can't trust it. Well, now we know that not only do some of the textbooks lie or leave out important information, which I'm not even going to go there, it's a whole video, but we also know that that's not the only way to learn, that that's not exactly true. We're being taught to program to look to the outside sources, look to experts and gurus and things to teach us everything. And while it's awesome, amazeballs to have a mentor, right? Because before school, before traditional school, what happened? There was usually a mentor or an apprenticeship, where somebody wanted to learn something and do something as a career, or, you know, really become a master. You learned with a master. Like, you found the local, you know, the local shoemaker, and you learned with that person one-on-one, or maybe in a small group, how to shoemake, how to be a how to shoemake. They should have a naked yoga master apprenticeship, but that's another story. But you know what I mean? So it's okay to learn from someone, but it's just, it doesn't, you don't want to discount the wisdom that's already within. That's my point, is you already come with, by default, strong ass intuition. So intuition that is clear as fuck. You're right connected to the divine. And as we know as kids, we feel it. You feel it. You're in the moment. You're always in the moment. You're always tuned in, tapped in, tuned in, turned on. And you're like a big, like, you're just like a receptive little, like an antenna, right? And you're gravitating towards what feels good, right? And that's what kids do. And a lot of times kids, I know my kids had conversations with people on the other side, like they would see random people, or they would have dreams, or all these things. So you're so connected. So we forget that we have that much wisdom within. So when we're making decisions about our own lives, we don't have to read it in a book. We don't have to, or when we're getting into relationships and marriages, we don't have to just go with who our parents think is a nice guy or a nice girl. We don't have to do all these traditional things. We know what is right for us intuitively. I forgot that for many, 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 many years. I forgot. And I looked to the outside for everybody to tell me what to do, what was okay, what was the right thing to do, being a good doobie, or like, you know, I had to have a boyfriend. Like, I had to be dating someone to complete what I thought was completion or complete me. Um, okay, can you hear now? Any better? Are we still out? It's back? You can hear me now? Oh my God. Stinking Facebook. You know, I bet that's what it is. I bet it saw the word naked, it flagged it and went, what the hell is going on in this video? Realized that no,